And thank you for tuning in to the Nina Brown Get Down Show, a voice for the conscious music. I'm your host, Nina Brown, and today I'm on location at the Oakland Mind and Medium Reality Fashion Show.
What's it gonna be? Either you hate us or love us, you cuff us or fuck us. I guess you lost faith in the sisters. I can't really blame you, but where are our misses? The way that the media glorifies sex, they're spreading the rumors, but I'ma be next in line. Go ahead, testify. Never said I was perfect, not as a line.
We are at the Oakland Mind and Medium Reality Fashion Show today, and before we get into it, let me tell you a little bit about Honey Gold. Take a look. Born in Virginia and raised in the Bay Area, Honey Gold's authentic raw sound, poetic lyrics, and genre-bending instrumentals truly captures the essence of her name. Her music takes an experimental approach to R&B, hip-hop, and neo-soul to produce a sound that's growing through every track and one that will take you on a musical journey through flowing, dynamic lyrics in combination with a signature smooth voice that will resonate to your mind, body, and soul. Her influences include Erykah Badu, Tupac, and TLC. Everyone, please welcome Honey Gold. So, Miss Honey Gold, you were born in Virginia, but you're from the Bay Area. So how long have you been in the Bay Area?
So I've been in the Bay Area since I was 4 years old. I'm the child of a person that was in the military. So I was born in Virginia, lived there for a year, lived in Alaska for 3 years until I was 4. Came to California, been out here ever since. So
Okay.
yeah,
All right. So you would call the Bay Area home?
definitely. I mean, I don't know anything else. I believe that I think the fact that I wasn't here in my early years, it has a lot to do with, me having a perspective that's a lot broader than just being in one place forever.
Yeah.
But I think that me coming up here, it really brought all of that together, and I'm definitely like born here mentally and like spiritually, and I feel like I continue to grow here. So yeah, it's definitely my home.
All right. So are you with a label or are you independent?
I'm independent for the moment, just like seeing where it takes me and hopefully just building with people around me to make something even greater.
Okay. And what would you call your style of singing?
I'm definitely eclectic and have a mixture of genres that I pull from. Jazz really resonates with me. When I was younger, I used to get put to sleep to jazz. It was in my dreams. I also came up listening to artists like Tupac, TLC, real like rich 90s music that we still love today, but also like older music that my dad used to listen to, Aretha Franklin, the greats, and then just, pulling in the new century of how people are experimenting with different genres like rock, experimental music. So I feel like I pull a lot of that into my music and just keep it real neo-soul like still at the same time, and I think that like makes me Honey Gold altogether. So
That's nice. So how do you feel about today's hip-hop and R&B?
today's hip-hop and R&B, kind of bittersweet. I can appreciate the creativity and the different ways people are trying to take hip-hop and have it transcend what it's been before, but I do think that mainstream in itself is oversaturated with things that aren't necessarily enriching for communities and aren't really uplifting, so it can in turn create this community of people who aren't looking at themselves in a positive light.
Right.
So I think that a part of me is sad for the fact that this is what most people are seeing, and most people may not go out of their way to look for other things, but I'm also very hopeful knowing that myself as a conscious artist, and then just the many artists that you see tonight, and just the different communities that I've been able to experience out here in Oakland. I'm very hopeful for the fact that it's going to turn around and become something that's reclaimed by the people that it actually belongs to.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's what we're trying to do. Trying to get it back.
Yes, and it will get back. It definitely will.
Yes. Because these kids need something other than the trap music that they've been listening to come up with, because music does have a powerful voice, and you know, it really does speak to the people listening to it, and it has a powerful influence.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm glad that, you know, you're working towards making that change. So that's good. So by definition, what makes conscious artists?
I think that it can be broad, because consciousness, in a sense, is a journey. It's not a end destination that you end up at. You know, consciousness isn't like a label, or like you get a PhD, like you're a doctor now. It's not like that, you know? So I really appreciate within conscious artistry the fact that you are awake. You're pointing in your topics, you're pointing out things that are actually happening around you, things that people actually go through. And then also, consciousness is a vibe as well. Like when you hear a conscious song, you know it's a conscious song. Deeper than the lyrics, you know it because of the sound of the instrumental. You know it because of the way the person delivered on the beat. You know, it has a very free-form jazz type of undertone to it. So I think that's important. But I also think it's important to not pinpoint that word and have it be such a thing that can be put in a box, because even that label itself can be limiting at the same time, and not allow people to explore different genres and different sounds that they want to do. But I think it's very important for those conscious artists to also not only infuse that in their music that they want to see a change, but actually do things out in the world with their platform to make a change.
Exactly. Okay. And your single, Wake Up the Dreamers, what's the meaning behind that song?
So Wake Up the Dreamers is just thinking about how when you're dreaming, you're asleep. You're unconscious. You're not really seeing things for what they are. You're seeing things like symbolically for what they are. You know, you draw your own conclusions from your dream. You know, you could tell anyone and they could come up with anything. And I think that's the idea behind waking up, is like, when that dream is actually something that you think about in reality, how are you going to make that dream come true? And really, it's just about saying, like, let's wake up the people that's dreaming to actually manifest things into reality. And also recognizing that it's a journey. So that's why in the last verse I say, baby, give it time, the seed will grow up in your mind. And it's basically saying that, like, consciousness is something that's planted and that continues to keep flourishing and growing. So really just trying to wake up those people that are just sitting on their dreams, and to actually go up and do something about it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, your single, For Real. Now, you said, my music is a cup of honest tea with subliminal poetry as a sugar substitute. That's that's deep. I love that part.
Thank
You gotta tell me about that part.
Yeah, so that part, I just had to hit them with the punches, because like that song right there is written in response to a relationship I was in that ended up going sour. And at the time, I was just so angry, but I wrote that song to say, you know what? I'm not angry at you because I know who I am. And I know, like, that's why I said, can you handle the energy I bring? I bet you I'm the realest that you've seen. Because basically just, like, bigging myself up, like, even though I went through this and I wasn't given what I was worth, like, I know what I'm worth. And I also know how freely to give my love away and when to keep it for myself. So it was also, like, a testament to, like, the coldness that can be experienced after you have to, like, realize that, damn, like, I've really been giving, and now I have to focus on myself and not be so open to everyone's energy. And so that song, the person that it's written about, they listen to it now and they're like, I love it, but I hate it at the same time. So it's like, I guess it did its job, you know. They know now. They know.
I love that song. That song.
Thank you.
It's everything. Okay. I notice in your music you tend to resonate the same flow as some of the new mainstream music. Why is that?
I think it's very unintentional, and I think it has a lot to do with me being a product of my environment and of my time. Being a 90s kid, well, adult now, you know, I'm 23 years old and with the 3-year-old, so I'm pretty grown. But being a 90s adult now, I think I pulled a lot from the older music that I was raised on from my elders and from my parents. but also experienced the 90s music. So it was like that turning point in hip hop and R&B. But then as I'm an adult and I'm experiencing the music that's out today as well, I really can't help but to like pull my inspiration from a lot of those things, even unconsciously. And also I've had to come to terms with the fact that I do think that it's important to connect back to the people that may not even be your main fan base, to where you could pull in those people that may want to enjoy your music but don't know the tonalities that you're singing, and they might sound familiar. So now it's something that can pull them in as well, and then also just like keep me connected with my generation and pull them into like a new era.
You know, with the beat, you know, that's basically kind of what drags people in when they hear that beat, and it's, you know, they're starting with this, the bobbing of the head, and
they're gonna listen to everything else.
Then, you know, then you get your message across. So I get that. So that's good. So overall, what message are you trying to send with your music?
Overall, I just want to show people that whatever you end up mixing together for yourself is gonna be what works for you, and like whatever calls you, whatever your light is. Because my name Honey Gold itself like speaks to the things that I like to mix together to make something totally organic, something like totally alchemic, just new. And I think that everyone can find that within themselves. It may not even be music for you. It might be fashion designing, you know, like that's why we're here today. But it might be journalism, you know, whatever it is that your light is, like bring that into the world to create a better world. And honestly, that's really just what I want people to hear from my music, and for them to be healed and inspired by whatever they hear.
Okay. And speaking of fashion, what are you wearing?
So I'm wearing medium reality. Definitely my forte, because I stay putting galaxies in like all of my branding and imagery. So I'm definitely happy that I got to model this today, because it's like my essence.
That's good. Well, that's good work. Did they make this as well?
Yeah, I mean, everything you see except for my shoes, the shirt, the medallion, the pants, all designed by Medium Reality. So yeah, definitely plug back into this show. Open Mind also hosted this show as well with Medium Reality. Wish I could be wearing like two things at the same time so I could plug it, but it was beautiful. All the pieces are beautiful, so I'm definitely happy and honored to be able to be modeling today.
So lastly, what are you working on right now?
Right now, I'm in process of working on my next music project called Gold Soil. I'm thinking that's about October-ish, so it's definitely in the works. I just want it to be amazing. I want it to really capture everything that Gold Soil represents, which is like new beginnings, planting in things of substance so that you grow things of substance, and so that I can feed that back to the community while feeding myself. I'm also in process of planning and branding my social enterprise, Increase the Peace. So it's an events and educational seminar that I'm starting for melanated peoples, and it's basically all centered around music therapy, theory, and appreciation, bringing live instrumentation and actually thoughtful music back into the consciousness of people. My very first event I'm producing for that will be in August. It's called the Lock Party. So it's kind of like a double thing, because it's representing locks and like the naturalness that we all like share with each other, but also the interlockings of us supporting each other as community and just coming together to have fun and like make things better for everyone. So that'll be in August. And yeah, and my next show actually will be at the Tribe City Fest in July. I'll definitely want to see everyone there, because it's going to be really fun. It's going to be in San Francisco.
So that's your next performance?
That's my next performance. And that festival itself is going to be a festival all centered around conscious music. So it's a big, huge production that the people will be able to enjoy, and that's why I just cannot wait to share my vibes at that festival.
Be sure to follow Honey Gold on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can subscribe to her YouTube channel. You have a YouTube
Yes,
channel?
Yes, I do. On my YouTube, you can find me at Jazz Libra 10. That's my little alter ego where I create my visual art under. It's JAZLIBRA 10. Or you can just simply search Honey Gold on YouTube and put in 707 or No Role Models, and you'll find my little flicks that I got up there.
Well, thank you for having me, and it was nice meeting you.
Yes.
This was amazing.
Thank you.
And stay tuned for her performance. We're gonna show you her performance as well. So, as you know, my job as an independent music critic is to listen to these conscious artists and give my review on whether or not I feel they're authentic or not. So, Miss Honey Gold is nothing but pure authenticity. Her music is beautiful and she sends a good positive message for the conscious community. So, with that being said, I am Nina Brown and I approve this message. Be sure to tune in to the next episode of the Nina Brown Get Down Show. Thank you for watching and be sure to subscribe, hit that button down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
So, what if I told you that I'm just a figment of your imagination? Would it really mean anything now if I turned around and went back into the ocean where I'm mermaid waving, wet like high tides, love tsunamis blowing my mind, earth and water, air and fire, love is the fifth element of life. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, you're alive. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now that you're here, I've got something to say. I won't slip away, won't play